You know what I miss most about the quote-unquote old YouTube days? The ability to just have a thought and upload it. The biggest claim to fame for YouTube, the biggest democratizing factor of it that sold me and thousands of other people back in 2006 on it was the reduced friction from having an idea and sharing it with the world in video form. As someone who has a horde of camcorders, who was used to editing things on tape and then having to pass around a VHS tape to friends or whatever to get your videos out there, mailing off a sponsor me skateboarding tape that was cringy as hell, hoping to get free skating gear only to probably be laughed at by the people at the skateboard companies, that kind of thing. The idea that we could just do it on our computer pretty quickly once the tools came out and then upload it for free and just share it with anyone and it's just there. And then to have a discovery system like built onto it that allowed other people to find it that you didn't directly have to share it to. That is the most reduced friction we have ever had for video sharing. I would argue for a little while there, TikTok was that too. But that's all changed. Modern YouTube isn't like that anymore. There's a lot more friction than ever if we're talking about reaching people with your video ideas, because you have to compete and you have to fight for it for every single video now. And TikTok's the same way. It used to be you could upload anything basically and it would find the right person for it. And then they got a little too big for their belt. They've decided to flood the website with advertisements and shop spam and whatever. And now you're just noise in the ocean of noise and you have to fight for it again. But that is what I loved most about early YouTube. It wasn't, I mean, even when I started, there weren't job prospects. There weren't monetization tools. Like, I wasn't sure I'd make a career from this, but I was sure it would allow me to accelerate my career that I wanted to pursue in video. And it locked down video creation as the career I wanted. And it's because of that ability to just be like, I have this that I want to say and I want to upload it and I want to share it with the world. And early on, there were no thumbnails. There was barely any sort of suggestions. There was search and your subscription feed, and you had a title, and then it pulled a preview from the video. And then eventually they added the ability to choose from one of 3 thumbnails that were pulled from the video. You had a 5-star rating system. And this isn't meant to be like old man yells at cloud. Like, I'm not saying any of this. Some of it was, but I'm not saying any specific thing like the 5-star rating system was a better system than we have now. That's not my point. My point was the combination, the whole that was greater than the sum of its parts of a nearly frictionless system once you had a camera that could be easily downloaded to your computer or a smartphone once those got more popular. Once you were in that position, it was a nearly frictionless process to go from having an idea and sharing it with people. And then you developed a community with your subscribers and got to have basically ongoing conversations with those people, which made you want even more so to share your ideas with them and just talk back and forth. You got to just upload, we didn't care about titles because you weren't being fed this overwhelming ocean of noise that you had to choose what you watched among. You just trusted the people you subscribed to, and most of the time you wanted to know what they had to say. You saw someone upload a video and it's like, I thought about this after school today. Doesn't at all tell you what the video's about. You probably don't care, but you generally like listening to the person you subscribe to, so you're going to click on it anyway and have a good time. Leave a comment, have a conversation, go back to that comment. It was really confusing because they didn't have threaded comments for a long time, so you were basically just tagging each other over and over. And that was it. It was fun. It was gentle. It was nice. And I want to get back to that. That is what this Liminal Musing series is. It is just me having thoughts and using up some gameplay that I recorded that maybe I thought was cool. In this case, we're doing Minecraft because it's super chill. Minecraft is such a chill, easy way to just spend a little time gaming, to process your thoughts. Like something I want to talk about soon, and I've mentioned it before, but the process of mind wandering, in that you do some of your best thinking when you're not trying to think. You do some of your best connections and and creativity, when you're not trying to force it out, relaxing instead of trying to force the poop out, the thought poop. You do your best work when you give your mind time to just space out. That's why you have epiphanies in the shower or right before you fall asleep. I have to keep a notebook next to my bed because otherwise I'd lose the ideas. Minecraft is like that for me. It's still gaming, but especially because I've been playing it since alpha. I have videos of that. Like, I've been playing since alpha, which has been over 10 years.
So, Rob, are you the smartest? Adam, are you the smartest?
Adam's better with computer things.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit.
Rob's better with football players.
Ow!
It's second nature to me for most of it. Obviously, it's grown and changed a lot, but like the core just building is just second nature to me. So I get to just like zone out, do something I enjoy, make progress on something I want to do, and just like process my thoughts. And so it seems like a good medium to convey the stuff. I know I primarily lean towards first-person shooters, but I'm going to kind of integrate some Minecraft as well. Minecraft is just a first-person shooter for Legos. That is what people called it back in the day. But that's what I miss most, is just that low friction, just I have a thought and I want to share it, and you're going to click on it because you want to hear the thoughts that I have. Like, that's why you subscribe to me. To me, that was why subscribers mattered so much. A lot of people, as sub counts got very inflated and whatever, that got way too focused on sub counts, and a lot of negative things have come from that. But that is why I have always been grateful for every single number that subscribes to my channel, because they're not numbers. I said that way on purpose, because it's not numbers that are going up. Those are people that are clicking a button. Those are people that say, hey, I like this person. Let's watch more of them in the future. And at one point in time, that meant something. At one point in time, YouTube saw that and was like, heck yeah, we're going to show you more. I think YouTube could really benefit from adding a shelf to the homepage. An optional one, a randomly featured one. The shelves are always changing, so I don't see what hurts them for them to have tried it. But that just features your subs. Because obviously we have a subscriptions tab on YouTube, but barely anyone uses it anymore because YouTube has forced everyone to get used to and focus on the other stuff. If they had defaulted to the subs tab when you were logged in this whole time, more people would use it. There'd be a lot of people that did still go to the homepage and use recommendations, but if they had left it at the default, their data suggesting that people don't use it anymore would not be the same, because people would use it if they realized it was an option and they got comfortable with it. And there are so many people that feel like they get unsubscribed from channels or complain, like they'll leave comments and be like, whoa, I'm so glad you're back. I haven't seen you post in months. It's about time. And it's like, I've been posting at least once a week this entire time, dude. If YouTube just had a subscription shelf on the homepage, I think a lot of people would really benefit from it, because people we're reaching the point where we want to go back to kind of choosing our own pace, choosing our own, making the choices about what we watch and why and what we want from it. And being able to watch videos like this that rarely do well on recommendations or homepages, and just being like, yeah, I'm going to subscribe to this person and I want to see what their thoughts are once a week or whatever. It would be so much healthier for so many people. And it's a shame that everything is moving away from that. I mentioned before, I've been reading this book from Johann Hari called Stolen Focus. And one of the big things he's focusing on at the moment is the solution to a currently existing tech sphere where every single major tech company is designing their tools, their products, their services to hoard your attention as much as possible, to do everything they can to distract you from real life and keep your attention on their app or site or product, and then selling that to the highest bidder. And that it would take very few steps to change that to an outcome where instead they just focused on bettering your life. Instead, they just focused on giving you what you wanted. You either they use the data they already collect, or you just give input that, hey, I'm on a weight loss journey, and they helped you in that way. They connected you with more people on that journey, but provided you with the resources, connected you with that way. Or you want to hang out with friends more, and it gives you more information about when your friends are in town and grouping up and helping you invite each other for real, in real life meetups. Or maybe you're like, hey, and 3 times a week after work at like 6 o'clock, I want to come home and I want to chill with a really relaxing style video from these people that I subscribe to. And YouTube could just have a thing that you can pin to your homepage that's like, here's your chill channels, or here's your subscriptions feed that you chose you wanted to watch. That way it's always there. You can still be distracted by the other stuff if something catches your eye, but you always have the things you chose to watch. It would not be hard. It would take whatever homepage coder that they have working on it, like 30 seconds. They do it for everything. They've done homepage shelves for 24/7 music streams whenever those were popular. If you watch one of those, it used to be like you could not get that shelf off your homepage for the longest time. They have 2 shorts shelves on the homepage now. Like, it's 100% possible. But they're choosing not to. And so I think it's on us to choose that ourselves. And that is a big part of this movement. Is I've been pushing for this for a couple years now, and 2024 is the year I really kind of get on it more. If you aren't aware, I've recently launched forums again, because I got tired of saying I miss forums, and I'm really not happy with the way Discord's going lately. And I want something that has more permanence on the web, that's searchable on the web, and that is paced more like the old web. And I refuse to be, with all of this, I refuse to be someone who says, I miss X, and leave it at that. Because there are so many people that are like, I miss when we had personal web pages. I miss email. As if that ever went away. I miss forums. I miss old YouTube videos. I refuse to be the person that just says that to miss it and then pretend I can't get it back. Because as of right now, we have the power to get so many of these things back. I miss forums. So I made forums, and I've been slowly building up having people on the forums so that we can relive that. Because it's not even reliving it. It's just continuing to live. It's a new experience in that same vein that we can keep going with. I miss these older kinds of YouTube videos, so I'm going to contribute them to the world with this series that I've been running for a couple years and hope that the world returns it to me. I think it's our responsibility. I don't want to say we cannot change the tech companies, because absolutely we can. And if you read that book, I'll have a link to it in the description. Like, it talks about how modern society before computers has, stopped so many things that would have been bigger than just tech companies. Like, we've done it before and we can absolutely do it again. But in the short term, we're not just going to magically make those tech companies change. It's going to take long-term pushes. And so in the short term, what we can do is take it upon ourselves to engage in those things, indulge those interests, stop missing things, and take part in it. Because part of what drives change or drives focus on the internet is data about what people are doing. And so if more and more people are taking the healthy route and choosing what they want out of life and whatever, some of the tech companies are actually going to kind of bend that way, at least temporarily, to try to appease that, because that's the only way they're going to make money from it. So in that way, it's kind of worth it too. Anyway, these are just some thoughts. Like I said, I've been doing YouTube a very long time. I missed the old ways, and I think it's possible to get it back. You have to accept, as I was talking about in my last video, that if you are a quote-unquote YouTuber, like, you're going to get lower performance doing this kind of thing. This is a tertiary channel to the main work that I do. But it's a creative outlet that I need in my life, and it's something that I want badly enough in my life that I'm willing to do the side. I'm basically working for free to do it on the side here, because back in the day we were working for free, and that was fine. It wasn't work. It was our fun. It was our connection. It was our community. And I'm willing to do this and accept that the numbers aren't high, because the numbers aren't the point. The human connection and the relaxed nature is the point. And getting the best I can out of all I've got, that's a different book. I haven't really read that one, is the point. And so if you already have a main YouTube channel that you're running and you're happy with and you want to keep, I would recommend doing this on a second one. You don't have to keep it anonymous. A lot of people are weirdly trying to do that, and it's not working. And I don't want to play with that game. Y'all know my other channels. I don't hide it. I don't try to overly push it on main. Like I give it little pokes sometimes because it'd be nice, to have more of y'all over here talking about this because we have some of these fun discussions in the forums and in the Discord. But, I want them over here too. But you don't have to keep it anonymous. You don't have to do it super fancy or top secret. You just put the time in. Once a week, once a month, doesn't matter. Just make sure you're doing it as part of your healthy routine if this is what you want. Again, it doesn't have to be gameplay commentaries. It can be chatting on forums. It can be specifically scheduling your social media time so it's not just invading your brain every day. There's a lot you could do here. And I've been making a lot of these kinds of changes the past few months, and it's had a major impact. And we can talk about them more in the future. Go check out my other Liminal Musings videos in the playlist, podcast, whatever, link in the description. Again, it helps both cater your recommendations and obviously help my channel if you kind of watch them in a row or go check out the playlist and watch a few or whatever, because it signals the YouTube that you want more of that and that someone like you wants more of that. So again, it helps both your recommendations. If you're like, yeah, I want more of this in your life, and YouTube's not going to show it to you by default, that helps signal more to YouTube that you want whatever this video is. YouTube's not going to have an easy time packaging this kind of stuff, but it will try. And it signals to YouTube that, hey, people like this stuff, and to push it out to more people that might like this simpler form of content. Remember to be kind. Rewind.